Hey y'all, hey, what's up? Look, I got it. That happened. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome in. If you've been here before, welcome back. By now, you know how we do. Listen, I wasn't even going to do this reading. In case you can't tell, I just showed up. But I recalled that I'm supposed to be teaching y'all what I'm teaching my kids. So I'm going to get y'all the weekly lesson along because the kids on it. It's Wednesday. The kids already got this, but I'll make sure y'all get it too, okay? Somebody's feelings might get hurt, but y'all know I don't give a fuck about all that. And that's exactly what it's about. The lesson this week is about your feelings, okay? The affirmation that the kids have got is, I choose to manage myself and my emotions. And if y'all are reading along in your Bible, their memory verse this week is Proverbs 23, 17, and 18. But let's get this, y'all. Don't worry, I'm going to do a card reading, but just know the only reason I'm here for a good time, not a long time today, is to get you the weekly lesson that the kids have. I am in ceremony flow. I have a ceremony coming up next week. So this is my prep week. And when I have ceremonies, the week before I love on myself, the week after I love on myself. Because as a shaman, I leave it all on the mat when I do ceremony. If you are a fellow medicine facilitator, if you're a fellow shaman out there, drop in the comments, how do you take care of yourself before and after ceremony? This is our season. What? All right. As a reminder, if you want to do ceremony with me, description box below, go to the link for my website. There's a tab for ceremony. You will hit the join the ceremony waitlist. It'll send an email directly to me, and it'll get you started on your process to determine if you're eligible to do ceremony with me, if the time is right, and then which one of the ceremonies I have scheduled for the year is going to be the best fit for you. Okie dokie. Speaking of, as I get these runes and get into the energy and give you guys a lesson for the week, my homeschool kids, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button. It's a way to say thank you for the free content. Turn on your post notifications if you like the vibe. Absolutely subscribe. But turning on your post notifications, like hitting that bell, will allow me to show up in your feed when you get into YouTube, okay? YouTube has over 1 billion users every day. It's outstanding, but that means the algorithm is constantly trying to get you new content. If you don't let the algorithm know that you like this content and you'd like to see more of it by hitting the notification bell, you won't see me again, okay? Especially if our energy starts to no longer align, all right? So YouTube is very energetic. It's one of the reasons I'm on this platform, and this one and Instagram, like that's what I'm on. It is running off of intention and frequency, and so the more of you that are conscious and awake, you're actively liking, subscribing, like you make a difference to the algorithm, believe it or not. So if you don't want to see trash, you need to let the algorithm know that you're not into it, okay? All right, let's get these runes. Berkana for birth. Yeah. Sun's out because we're out. Urus for power. Yes. Watch this have everything to do with the lesson. This is going to be so good. Fehu. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, I love it. You guys, it's so great. Not these necessity or shadow. Can y'all even see that? Yeah. Rado. Remember, this is there you go. This is the sun, the wheel, and the chariot in one rune. So we love Rado. When we see Rado, okay, that's just some good shit. Berkana for birth, Urus for power, Fehu for wealth, Nauthiz for shadow or necessity, and then Rado for it's rhythm. And in Norse, it's like the rhythm of something. Like something can be like night follows day type thing, okay? But again, energetically, it's bringing you the sun, the wheel of fortune, and the chariot. So it's change that moves fast. So this is a fast-paced rhythm, by the way. Coming after Nauthiz, but being preceded by Berkana, Urus, and Fehu, it's like there's a really big blessing coming in, like a really big blessing coming in that you've been waiting on for some time, and it's literally going to change everything. It's going to change everything. That's 5 runes. Then 5 is the number of change. Like, this is a big deal. This is a really, really big deal. All right, guys, we're going to get a theme out here, and don't worry, you're going to get the lesson while I'm here because we can. All right, so let me get a theme, please. Lovers. The lovers indicates a choice needs to be made. Okay. So working with my kids, for those of you who are new, hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Nephtara Grace. I have 2 kids. I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, and I homeschool. So, It's great because I share what I share when it comes to my kids, because some of you are doing the shadow work. Some of you are actually doing shadow work and you're learning how to reparent yourselves in real time. And so I share how I am consciously parenting my kids because it may be helpful for you. You may hear something that's like, oh yeah, what if I spoke to myself that way? Right? When I first got pregnant with my daughter, 9 years ago, I had friends who were like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? The world is so crazy. Well, yeah, but I'm a different type of person. So there's a chance I could parent a different type of human. And that was my intention when I got pregnant. I intentionally became pregnant. And my intention in becoming pregnant was to parent human beings in such a way that they were the balance, the antidote for what we were experiencing, right? So I've got two, and they're brilliant. They're outstanding, all right? So this week, it's time for school, and my son is, he's 7. So, he doing what he doing. And we have this thing where, what are you doing? What are you meant to be doing? Is it keeping you safe? Is it keeping the others safe? And is it keeping the space safe, right? So that's our ground floor. It's our ground floor, okay? So I had given my son a task, do this, and it's time for that. My son did not do the thing. He didn't do the thing. He's 7 years old. That's a part of why he's in school, right? So I let him, be bop, de bop, de bop, do wow for a moment. Ishtar, communion. Reminding us that our most important relationship is the one with spirit. Our ability to commune with source dictates our ability to commune with the people around us. Okay, so your relationship with source, absolutely, whatever it is or isn't, is absolutely influencing your relationship with everybody else, including yourself. Communion, Ishtar. So I finally say, hey, son, what are you meant to be doing? And he's like, that's what I put that down. Let's go. And he stops for a moment and he does the whole. I can feel it. So I said, oh, this seems like you were upset. Was that upsetting for you, what I said? I said, okay, well, do you know what was upsetting? Okay. All right. You hurt my feelings. I said, oh, I hurt your feelings. You hurt my feelings. Okay, well, mommy apologizes. It was not my intention to hurt your feelings. That is not at all what I intended to happen. I apologize. Thank you for letting me know so that I can sort out what I can do differently next time. Then he, sat down and did the thing. And I said, is this something that we can talk about later? Okay. So we do one of our lessons and we're taking a break. And I said, hey, can I talk to you about that thing that happened earlier where you hurt your feelings? Yeah. I said, okay. I said, so, you know what feelings are, right? And he's like, yeah. Feelings are like how you feel. Like if you feel happy, if you feel sad. I go, okay, right. Yeah, they're like emotions. You know what emotions are? He's like, yeah. Emotions are when there's like all this energy in your body and you feel it. I'm like, yep, that's what emotions are. I've done a decent job parenting so far, And so I said, okay, so your emotions are always in motion because that's what they are. It's energy in motion. That's what emotions are. He's like, okay, right? I said, so imagine something that's always moving. It's always in motion. Do you know how hard it is to hit it? How hard would it be for you to hit? And I pointed to the cat. If the cat was always how hard would it be for you to hit that? Well, that'd be like impossible. I'm like, yeah. It's real hard to hit and hurt something that's always moving. So your energy is always in motion. It's really actually hard to hurt your energy, to hurt your emotions, to hurt your feelings. What is more likely is that something is happening that you are uncomfortable with. It's causing an upset. So there's some expectation of how you thought something was going to happen, that's not happening. There's some communication that should have been had that didn't happen, or that was had that ought not to have. Or you actually were intending for something to go one way and it goes a different way. Those things constitute an upset. So what's more likely than your feelings being hurt is something happened then and you didn't like that. Do you know what that was? I wasn't ready for school. I got it. I understand that. I 100% feel that in my bones. You were absolutely intentionally trying to do something else. He said, yeah. It's school time, the same time every day, right? But I said, Netcaster preparations come to fruition. Number 42 again with another number 6, but of course it's reflective of Ishtar's 24. Let's see if you guys can see. All right, so look at that. A little reflective action here. Absolutely mirrored by the Lovers, heavy Gemini energy already. So, from there we got to go over, look, your feelings didn't get hurt. You had an intention that was not fulfilled. That's what had happened. And that did not feel the way you expected or wanted to feel in that moment. So we say, oh, you hurt my feelings, but that's not really possible. What's likely is some type of upset that once you can get in communication, you can separate it and break it down, and you can then deal with it the way that it is. So, of course, once my son got that all that happened was it was time for school and he didn't really want to go to school, he was powerfully able to sit and be in school at that point, right? He's like, oh, well, let me finish my math. I mean, I just did this thing. And he's 7 years old. So I'm sharing this story with you because, look, I don't care how old you are, adult, whatever, whatever you call yourself, right? You be walking around like somebody hurt your feelings. And what's more likely is that you are upset about something. You either have an intention that's not being fulfilled, there's some type of communication that's not being gotten in one way or the other, or an expectation is just not being satisfied. I mean, that's what it is. As humans, we're that simple. We are that simple. Okay, if we just have gotten into the habit of saying, you hurt my feelings, which is a dead end conversation because 1, feelings can't be hurt like that, not really. And 2, there's no opportunity for recourse on the other party's part. Telling someone they hurt your feelings is like saying the sky is blue. Okay, thanks for saying, huh? What are you talking about? I can see the sky from here. No, listen, I came here with an expectation that I would still be playing at this time. My intention is to keep playing, but I'm clear that you are telling me I can't do that. I don't like this. That's reality. Okay? And whatever that looks like for you in your life, whether it's in a relationship with a loved one, whether it's, a relationship with a colleague at work, a relationship with yourself. Look, some of you are literally in this place with yourself. Like you had an expectation that your life would look different than the way it does right now. Okay? So you walk around butt sore all the time because you are hurting your feelings. That's what your inner child would tell you. But in reality, you're upset with yourself. And if you don't do shadow work, you'll walk around projecting on other people. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Anyway, into the unknown, number 7. Something is progressing right along. But anyway, that's the lesson. Sit with that. Sit with that. consider doing this shadow work of knowing when you're upset and then being able to distinguish where's the upset coming from. Is it something in communication? Is it an expectation or an intention? Something, that's where you start. Okay. And then break that shit down. Dismantle it. Like, break it down. Don't project it onto the next person. Break it down. Be willing to be honest with yourself. Hey, I'm having a lousy day because I slept in today. And I've been feeling behind the entire day now. And I don't like that experience in my body. So I'm being crotchety and agitated. You can do that. That's shadow work. Okay? Walking around and saying, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. What are you talking about? Huh? I'm just asking people to be, let's adults out here. Let's do it together. Dragon's Horde, protecting the future, 12, and the number 3. Ooh. What's the 4? Something's being established. I see Urus. Something's moving along, something's being established. Let me get one of these and then some tarot. Look, that's the lesson. Do with it what you will, but just know that was the whole point of me getting on here today. Of course, I'm gonna sling some cards because I'm here, but yeah. To be fair, all that glitters a new life. Well, I mean, that's basically what the rune said, so that's cool. You got preparations come to fruition. So whatever you've been preparing for, it's about to be, they're saying vindicated. What the fuck is that? Listen, y'all, it sounds like you're doing great. Sounds like you're on top of your game. To be fair, 38, giving us the number 11. Something's balancing out. What is this? That 11 gives us twins, back to the Gemini symbol, back to Gemini energy. All that glitters, 16, breaking down to a 7. Into the unknown is our number 7 that's already down here. Very interesting. And then new life, number 39. That becomes the number 12, which breaks down to a number 3. We got a number 12 out here, Dragon's Horde, protection in the future. New life in, yeah, I don't know, y'all. What's going on around here? So something new is being born. Something that you've been working on for some time is being fulfilled. There's something about it. Even with the communion out here with Ishtar, it's like something that the divine has been preparing you for is about to be revealed. It's about to be seen. Yeah. I got new earbuds. I don't know how I feel about these. Have you guys tried these yet? They're the open ring types. I know. I got a little like jewelry accessory for mine because y'all know me, right? I was like, what? I can bling that out. Let's do it. Let's get some tarot out here. Use what decks I want to. I'm gonna use these two. All right. Holy Spirit, archangels, ancestors, gods and goddesses, those who walk with me every day. Thank you for protecting me as I channel messages for the tribe, for showing me what I need to see and telling me what I need to know so I can support the tribe as we live, learn, thrive, and grow. As above, so below, and so it is because it is so. I'm literally, okay, I'm just hearing the first few bars of I got 5 on it, so I don't know who that's for, but okay. Okay, boo. Gotta take what resonates, y'all. I channel messages for the tribe and read cards for the tribe. 9 of Wands. Okay. So something's been a long, hard journey, an arduous process, they said. It's been an arduous process. The Lovers, what? There it is. I mean, listen, there it is. There you go. That's the reading. I told you I'm going to be here long. Surprise. Listen. Whatever's about to happen, it's taken a lot to get to this point. The journey has been about balance, inner, outer. But really, the inner part of balance, it's like there's balance on both sides. The inner balance was balancing the light and shadow. The outer balance is balancing this internal inner state with this outer expression, right? So it's very the energy, the vibration of it is sacred geometry. There's something about it being like a divine plan, is the energy here. So whatever this Nine of Wands represents, even though it was tough, I mean, it was a part of a divine plan. And it's new life from the Lovers. I think that's really apropos. But this Lovers in particular, I really, you guys, because of how this is coming out with the runes, I feel like this is Gemini energy. It's the experience of being whole in yourself, complete in yourself, coming home to yourself. Heavy on the coming home to yourself energy here. So there's something that the divine has been preparing you for, and it's time for it to be revealed. This is giving me the energy I channeled, I think, towards the end of 2025. I don't know, you have to go back in the archives. December is not on YouTube, so December readings are up on they're going up on Patreon. So if you haven't already, go over to the Patreon. The December readings are over there for free. But yeah, YouTube they didn't like those December ones. They didn't like them at all. But maybe it was even in November, which is on YouTube. I don't know. But I was channeling this energy of like not being backstage, but being just behind the curtain, like being next up to be on stage. Okay, this is that energy. Now it's time to get on stage, right? So I haven't felt that energy in a minute. So that's cool. This is coming back around. Where are we? We're at the end of February. Okay. Well, it's heavy on the spring energy. I'm going to leave the reading here because I feel like that's the reading. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Drop me a comment if it resonated. I got High Priestess when I split the deck. Turn on your post notifications. Hype up the video. 7. Wow. 7 of Coins and the Hermit. And yeah, these readings are timeless. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind for the next person. In between now and the next time I drop a reading, trust your path, your process, and your purpose. Peace.